Up next on the show, we have Pollyanna McIntosh with her film Darlin. It is the third sequel. That's how you say it, third sequel
it's
of the Offspring.
Third part of a trilogy.
The third part of a trilogy.
But it stands alone as a film on its own if you haven't seen the other two.
I mean, I remember seeing The Woman at Fantasia almost a decade ago, and I was blown away, and I remember the cinema was like electric.
Oh, good. Yes.
I would love to know what brought you from that project, directed by Lucky McKee, which you starred in, to now continuing, let's say, the saga.
Yeah. Let's say the saga. So Lucky actually suggested to Andrew Vandenhatten, who'd produced those last two movies and had directed the first one, Offspring, suggested to him that I should direct the sequel. He'd seen my work as a director and as a writer, and then when Andrew came to me and suggested I direct it, I was like, well, who's going to write it? And then he said, oh, I have some ideas of people, but it's not written yet. And I said, I'll do it. So that's how it worked, yeah. It was a really lucky thing that I was invited to do it. And then that it was agreed that I could write it, because it's such a personal thing to make a film, you know, and I really wanted to make sure it was honouring what had come before, but it also could stand alone for those who hadn't seen the previous two, because that's a big ask for a new film, for people to go and see the other two, and they can come and see this one, and then they can, you know, all the better for fans of The Woman and Offspring. I'm very excited about them, but also if they want to go backwards and research, if they really love the film, they can do it that way too, so. Really exciting. I knew that there was a great crowd here, but wow, I have never been here as a filmmaker before, and I have never been with a crowd as a filmmaker before quite like this. So it bowled me over, honestly. I found it very moving. There was a lot of laughter, but I knew where they were coming from with it, and I felt that it also empowered them and brought us together, you know, as an audience. And so I felt very moved, because I felt that they really cared, and that's why they were laughing. The little ladybird in the film ended up really representing the hope and the heart of Darlin, the survivalist element of her as well, and the wildness, all of those things. And the red in the blood just makes me, you know, remember what I'm made of. And I've always had a love of nature and animals, and she just felt like the right one to have. And then I saw Calizan online and had been admiring her work for a while, and I thought, well, she's in Canada, and Fantasia's got a great punky audience, and why not bring her on stage and do it there, because the more fun the better.